Okay, so uh, basically the first thing you're going to want to do, thing I'm a little bit worried about is we rolled up the key in the tube, and when you roll it, this is the other key that I made for Caitlin. So when you rolled it, kind of what happens is you get some air bubbles between the vinyl and the clear tape. And so you're going to want to unroll it. You want to be in a dust-free environment, obviously. Somewhere solid, somewhere flat. You don't want to have any, obviously, any grooves or anything on the table that you're working on. You're going to need two people. But basically, you're going to want to get the air bubbles out of the clear tape, so that it's stuck back completely to the vinyl, the yellow vinyl, without any air bubbles in it. So, made this homemade squeegee for you, and it is kind of cupped the one way. So, if you pull it with the cup down, it should pull all the way across the vinyl, and should hit the vinyl all the way across, rather than if you do it the opposite way. It might be raised on the ends, it might not hit the ends. So you're going to want to have two people help, and you're actually going to pull the clear tape back and maybe to halfway, and then you're going to use the squeegee it back down, and that should get all the air bubbles out. I don't know if you can see the air bubbles or not, but like here, if I push on that with my finger, you know, there's a bubble. And then you're also going to have like spots like here with the T where the vinyl actually pulled away from the backing a little bit. So we just want to eliminate that, get that all nice and stuck good. So I'm going to have my brother come out here in a little bit, and I'll show you kind of how we do that. But I'm just going to set this aside for now. I made like a 10-inch tall key that I'm going to use to show you how I would go about doing it. So spatula, Sharpie, some masking tape. You want like a lint-free towel. So we use paper towel, or you could use like microfiber towel or something like that. Some Windex. So you want to clean your Plexi. So you could use like rubbing alcohol or like Windex. You basically want to use something that's going to clean the plexiglass without leaving streaks on it after you cleaned it. One of the suggestions I would have is, if you're dealing with your big piece of plexi, like I would clamp it to your table, like on the edge, if you can, in some way. Then it won't move on you. Alright, that should be good. One of the tips that I've seen already work, it'll be harder to do on a larger piece of plexi, but you can take packing tape, so the clear packing tape that you would use to like mail something in or something like that, to tape a box shut. If you take your packing tape and go across your plexi and peel it off, it'll help get the lint kind of residue off of your plexi. It's going to be harder to do on a bigger piece of plexi, so, but that would be a tip if you're having trouble with the lint. So I need to get a tape measure. So I would mark center. I would mark center of your top of your key. Okay, kind of make a center line there, and then you're gonna wanna mark a couple, tick lines on your plexi where you want to center the key and kind of where you want to space it top to bottom. So you can do that with a Sharpie. And then you can use like rubbing alcohol or denatured alcohol. You can pick up like denatured alcohol at any hardware store and clean the Sharpie off after you have the vinyl stuck on the back, and it's not going to hurt the plexiglass, and it'll get the Sharpie off. So I'm just going to center it on my piece of plexi. Okay. So at the top, you're going to use masking tape. I'm just going to continue my kind of like my center line up there on my masking tape. What I forgot is you're going to want to peel the top part away. Top ½ inch of the backer sheet. I'm going to pull like a ½ inch away, and you're going to stick that, and that'll start just going to rub across the top part there. Get that stuck, okay? And then, once that is stuck down, make sure I'm still kind of in line how I want to be on the piece. You might want to pull your ends, lower ends tight. Make sure you're kind of lined up there. And you could put tick marks across the bottom, you know, too, so you know that you're staying in line. And then you're going to flip it up, and you're going to pull the rest of your backer sheet off. And then you're going to have one person is going to hold the actual sticker, everything kind of up, and you're going to have one person use the squeegee and run down your piece. Pull backing off. Okay. And one person should hold the start on the top. Just go straight down the piece and then just kind of come back over top of it. Make sure every little spot is stuck good. I want to show how to like get the bubbles out of the clear piece too on the big one. Just kind of go over everything, make sure it's stuck good, and then you should be able to just peel the clear off. If by chance they get a bubble in it, is there any way to get the bubble out? Like, can they cut the center of the bubble?
You can just poke it with an X-Acto knife. Just poke the center of the bubble, and then use a hair dryer and just heat it up a little bit.
Heat it up a little bit,
yeah,
and it'll
take it out.
Take it out.
Yeah.
So voila, you should be good to go. So
I don't think that even has any bubbles in it. One little one. One tiny bubble right there.
Yeah, so if you get any little bubbles, cut the center of the bubble real carefully with a very sharp X-Acto knife, and then take a hair dryer, heat it up, and it should lay back out. You could even maybe go over it then with a little bit of, with a smaller squeegee or something like that. Then you can clean this is just denatured alcohol here, and then I'm just going to clean my marks off. And then you can clean the back of it with Windex, soap and water. Good to go. just to show you real quick, when you go to unroll the key, so we want one. You're gonna do it half probably. Right?
Yeah.
Do it in half. Probably wouldn't even hurt to like tape the back edge of the key so it doesn't move on you. Basically just making sure that the clear gets stuck back to the vinyl.
Right.
So it pulls off good and sticks nice. Yeah. You're good to go then.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, so at that point then you're ready to, you know, you could pull it completely off then, start your top, and stick it on the plexus. So yeah, be interesting to see how it works out for you. So good luck.